So, who's here? Welcome in. How are y'all doing tonight? It's Tuesday. How was the day? I had a good day. I was able to rest. I got a new mattress today and I definitely tested it out. Of course, I tried it out at the store, but yeah, I had time to like take a nap. It's a blessing. I have food on the stove and I don't have a ton of topics. I'm waiting for people to get here. Sorry. I'm waiting for people to get here. Before I really get deep into things, I have my herbal tea. Welcome in. I'm going to talk about, of course, some real life stuff, and we're going to get into a little bit of pop culture stuff. Again, not a ton of topics today. If y'all bring some topics, we can get into it. I've been posting a ton on Insta, and I still have a few more posts to make here on YouTube. But I've been posting, and I did a little bit of, I made a short today. I see people are making headlines about like, oh, Beyonce and Jay-Z are moving to the UK. I mean, like people are saying, Sloan Bella has been talking about this for years. And I know even Storm Monroe, but I don't know where he got his tea from, but he's reported on it too. I mean, America is crashing. I was talking to somebody today and I was telling them a lot of people are leaving America. I'm thinking about it, but not until my money is like in a place where I don't have to be here. Of course, this will be up for replay. And links in the description. Again, I'm moving slow because I'm waiting for y'all to get here. I don't know who's here yet. I'm starting to feel like 8 o'clock is too early sometimes. Because I get a lot of people kind of like, if I'm on here for like an hour or two, I have more people. So I might even start scheduling later, but I don't like to go too late because I have to sleep. I have a life. And this is affecting my nightly walk. But I might do that in the morning when it's like a little bit cooler. Okay, I'm tired of waiting. Y'all will get here when you get here. This will be up for replay. I have dinner that I want to eat, so I want to get on with the show. Let's start off with more animals having problems. Again, it could be Bill Gates giving vaccines to animals to like test it out, or to test the vaccines out. Hey, what's up, Dion? Thank you. Because I have people here, but they're not talking, and that's fine. They don't have to talk. But I mean, this is a commentary channel. Anywho, I've been waiting for like some signs of life because I see my people numbers, but I don't have a chat yet. So how are you? Happy to see you. I love that you are here. For people who are new, I go live on YouTube every week, Tuesdays and Fridays at 8 p.m. Central. Hey, Park. Central, Standard Time? Hi, Park. Good to see you. Glad you could make it. You're here kind of early. Okay, I want to start off talking about squirrels, deer, pigs, bunnies. All of these animals are having issues. The pigs are blue in the inside. The bunnies have horns growing out their face. The deer, hey, Passionate Harris, you're new. I haven't, or did you get a new name? How are you? Welcome. The deer have like these black, like boils or something on them. It's really weird. And then now the squirrels have like these giant like pus-filled pimples. The wildlife. Oh, nice. Hi, welcome from TikTok. I've been having people join in from TikTok. That's been really great because I have a good audience over there. Um, so I'm glad when y'all come here because I don't go live on TikTok anymore because it's too strict. I always say that. I have to like walk on eggshells when I'm on TikTok. And oh, thank you, Passionate Harris. Hey, Amia, it's good to see you. You've been here a lot lately too. Glad to see you. Um, the squirrels have like these pustule pimples. Like the animals are just going through. Yes, I did hear about the whales. Hi, Bree. Hey. Um, I love how you have mango in your name. The whales have gone silent. I heard about that too. So yeah, I mean, something is going on. It's definitely a sign of the times. We gotta be like extra careful with what we eat. Um, but you know, I mean, where do y'all shop? Like, tell me where you guys get groceries. Do you shop at Whole Foods? Do you shop? Do you shop at Walmart? I know a lot of us in here are colored people who don't shop at Target right now. I wouldn't really want to get groceries from Target anyway, especially, well, okay, I wouldn't want to get like fresh produce from Target or Walmart. I think those are both stores that are good for like snacks, and like home home shit. Caribbean market, you're a winner. We have here where I'm at, we have an H Mart, which is like an Asian grocery store. I really like H Mart. And we have Fiesta, which is a Latino grocery store. I like Fiesta because they have a lot of Caribbean stuff in there. As a person that's from New Orleans, when you go to like regular grocery stores, again, they don't have some of that stuff, but like Fiesta has the hot sausage that you can really only get in New Orleans, so that's really great. And then they have like a bunch of like the Zatarain seasonings and the Caribbean season. You know, I love my Caribbean people, so because New Orleans is, you know, kind of Caribbean, so um, I like Fiesta, but H Mart is closer. Um, so a lot of people shop at Sprouts. I go to Sprouts every once in a blue moon. I really, you know why I like Sprouts? I like Sprouts because Sprouts has watermelon with seeds, which is very hard to find. I have not found watermelon with seeds anywhere but Sprouts because I don't even know if people selling it on side the road. I don't know if theirs has seeds, but like when I want a watermelon, when I want a watermelon, not just like on some sporadic shit, like, oh yeah, they have watermelon on side the road and I just happened to come across it. I go to Sprouts. Sprouts still has watermelon with seeds. Okay, they have some good stuff in there. They do. You know, I really like their vitamin section. They have some good, like the one by me, they have some really good vitamins, minerals, probiotics. Like they have a really good health and wellness section for real. And maybe you can go on the website too and like order some of it. They really do. And like, or just see their selection. They have a really good selection of vitamins and minerals. Um, I like to, you know, I end up finding my favorite moisturizer for like $6 at Sprouts. It's like a neem balm, and like neem is like a plant that you find in a lot of like Indian, like it's like Ayurvedic. You know what I mean? Like in India, they love neem, like amla, neem. These are like kind of their herbs, and neem is antifungal and antibacterial, and but it's not like it doesn't have like that menthol feel, um, like peppermint and tea tree. And it's good for like again dandruff, acne, rashes. I mean, I really like neem, and they have some of that in there. So I think that they have a really good like beauty section, health and wellness section. Like I really like what they, because I'm into vitamins and supplements, so I like Sprouts for that. And the watermelon. They do also have like some of the meals that you can like just pop in the oven because they're already like assorted. I like going to Sprouts for that too. So I like going to Sprouts. I think that they have a good selection of some exotic fruits. Like I found like a sugar melon in there one day and I was like, oh, this is cool. It was pretty good. It's similar to watermelon, but it's just a little bit different. I think it's like another species of melon. Um, but sprouts can be kind of pricey, but you know, good stuff can be pricey. You know, it's expensive to eat right. But that's why I like H Mart, because I feel like H Mart has a lot of good quality fruits and vegetables at a really good price. I know H Mart by me, they actually have curry leaves. And I don't know anyone else that has curry leaves. And they have, I like how they sell their basil because it's like a bigger package. Where like where I live in Texas, people worship HEB. That's like the big thing here. And I think HEB is okay. No, we just started out. We just started out. We're talking about real life right now. We just started out. I think HEB is okay, but it's again, it's like a massive conventional grocery store. They still have good stuff in there, at a good price. But when they sell herbs, it's like such a small. And I find that the herbs that they sell, like the fresh herbs, they go bad really fast, and they don't have that big of a selection of organic. So I don't think HEB is all bad, but they're just not my favorite. I'm a more niche shopper. Perk, I do agree with you. If you are still shopping at Walmart, you are out of your mind, especially if you're not in there buying junk food. Like if you're looking for like ice cream, snacks for the kids, comfort food snacks, if you're not like in there looking for like, you know what I'm saying? Like literal junk or comfort food snacks, you really shouldn't be there. If you're not in there looking for juice and soda, why are you in Walmart? Because like they do have again a good selection of chips. They frozen food aisle goes hard. You know what I mean? But like the fresh food is just like, what are you doing? You know, shopping at Walmart for fruits and vegetables is a choice. Okay, I'm seeing what y'all are saying. Natural grocers. I went to natural grocers, but they were a little bit too pricey. I thought they were too high. And they didn't have that much of a selection. Maybe it was the one that I went to. They had like a cool thing or two up in there, but I just felt like, I don't know if I would shop here again. Who else? Trader Joe's. I don't like Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is too small. It gives me anxiety every time I'm in there because it's such a little store that I cannot really move around. And it's like always packed. So I don't like shopping at Trader Joe's. They sell a lot of bullshit too. Let's be real. They have a lot of like, you know, junk food with cute packaging. Right. Walmart is really good for house supply, like cleaning supplies. Mm-hmm. Thank God I have moderators in my chat. But um like I have a bunch of cleaning supplies in the garage. I bought like some shelves from IKEA and I stacked, you know, like the backup cleaning supplies on there to like, you know, hold them in an organized place. And I got all that shit from Walmart. Walmart, I like my cleaning supplies because I got this from Instagram. I like my cleaning supplies to be like themed and like match. Like I like the stuff that's under like the color scheme. Thank you, Dion. Like pink or like tropical scent. Just like I like in the fall when they have like everything is like pumpkin scent. I like my themed cleaning supplies, and Walmart always has it. You know, you can get like the cool, you know, new scents of like the Dawn and like the new, you know what I mean? Like I'm a woman. I like cool cleaning supplies. So I like that Walmart has that. But other than that, like for fucking again for fresh produce, no. If you are in a pinch for lunch and you want like a cheap lunch, you can go to Walmart. If you want like some fried chicken, some macaroni and cheese, some baked beans, or you know what I'm saying, like a comfort food lunch for the low for under $10, Walmart. Thank you, Just Chill. Thank you. No, God is definitely no, fruit has, because fruit definitely has to be grown a certain way because fruit is sweet and that attracts bugs. So you already know it's full of pesticides if you get it from certain places. Okay, Just Chill. Thank you. I mean, I love doing what I'm doing. My platform is growing because I love doing it and God is good. You know, I was talking to Bree earlier and I was just telling her, you know, again, working a job that you don't like just for the money is a choice. Being miserable is a choice. Worrying is a choice. Stressing is a choice. Letting people stress you out is a choice. Doing things that you don't want to do is a choice. Not having faith in God is a choice. Not believing in yourself is a choice. Like, literally, I'm on my Kanye because it's so true. It is so true. People will tell you, yes, people will try to tell you, no, you got to. I mean, there are times when you will have to push through, but what are you pushing through for? Because when I needed to finish, when I was already done, but when I needed to pay my school back to get my degree, I worked at a coffee shop. I chose to work at the coffee shop. I chose to work there to get my degree. The coffee shop wasn't that bad. It did have its moments, but I wanted to get my degree. So I specifically chose a job that wasn't going to be too stressful so I could just focus and get my degree. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, believing in the matrix is a choice. Still giving the matrix your time and your energy when you should know by now that the matrix is real and that we do live in a simulation is a choice. It's a choice. Buying into dogmatic beliefs is a choice. But again, whoever you believe in is a choice. Whatever you believe in is a choice. Doing the same shit that you've been doing for the last couple of years that isn't working is a choice. Choosing a new life is a choice. Doing things differently is a choice. Worrying about motherfuckers who not worried about you is a choice. Not loving yourself is a choice. I just wanted to put that out there because I'm living it and I'm preaching it because y'all know. Some of y'all were there with me when I quit my job. And I knew I hated that job. And I knew the whole time that I could leave at any moment because I'm not in a contract. I knew at any moment I could leave, and that every moment, every second that I was there when I didn't want to be was me choosing to do that. And so at some point you feel stupid. Once you realize that it's all the choice, you feel stupid because you're like, well, why am I choosing this if I don't want to? Why? Because there are people, because I've had to learn this. Like, there's a lot of people on YouTube who make videos about like, oh, the economy is bad. Yeah, I fucking hate that place. And then I tell y'all that I told you guys they were doing witchcraft. But like there were a lot of people on YouTube and TikTok like, don't quit your job. Job market is bad. Oh, don't move here. The housing market. Don't do this because of this. And it's like, okay, you can take advice. You can heed the warnings. And you could do that. You have a right to do that. But if you not everything is a one size fits all. If you want to keep believing that the job market is so bad that you shouldn't make a move, that's still a choice. Okay. Just chill. Do you also feel like we could be about the martial law? We could be, but I'm not worried. I don't live in DC anymore. I used to. I'm not concerned. Nothing in the Matrix concerns me. This is hot. Nothing in the Matrix concerns me. So I'm not worried about troops and martial law. I mean, because my life is going to continue to go. A lot of it is fear mongering. A lot of it is to energy harvest. Like again, the Matrix showed you this. Like in reality, we live in pods where we are like hooked up to the Matrix, and I don't necessarily believe in all that. But what they're trying to show you is, again, the people in the pods hooked up to the simulation are people who still believe in the simulation. People who still haven't woken up. And yes, they will push all these headlines about Donald Trump doing this, Donald Trump doing that. This is happening, and this is happening, and this is happening. And it's all to make you afraid of, oh my God, what's going to happen? Something's happening, and this and that, and Trump is doing this, and Trump is doing that. It's like, it's to energy harvest you. And most of the time, nothing is wrong. And even if something is wrong, what the fuck are you going to do? You're gonna go put on your fucking boots and your bulletproof vest and go up there with a blicky and try to beat a system that is much bigger than you? You're gonna go get involved in white men's problems? Like, right, I can't do anything about whatever is going on anywhere but what I'm at. I cannot control anything or anyone but me. So I'm not concerned. You know, I'm very unbothered. And because I know my power is very limited. My free will is for me. It's my free will. And even with that, God will have the final say because I'm not in control of everything. Because I understand that my power is limited and that I am not God. I am mere mortal. And God gives me some free will, but ultimately God is going to have the final say. So anything else is just hogwash. I cannot be concerned with the news and what they say. Like, it is out of my control. I understand, like, where I am in the situation. But I just wanted to, like, kind of get into that. Yeah, the world is continuing to have problems. The animals are having issues. Be careful where you buy your food. I'm thinking of going to a farmer's market this weekend and seeing what they have. But yeah, other than that, like I told you guys, I won't be shopping at Whole Foods anymore. Y'all have me thinking about going back to Sprouts. But I do love, you know, Hernando, I appreciate the offer. But I really do like shopping at H Mart because I like, they have a good selection of, again, fruits, vegetables, and herbs. And again, I've been talking to you guys about this every live because Dion is not having it. I appreciate you guys. Well, we talk about this every live, right? Because again, because the matrix is collapsing. And food is really becoming a lot more dangerous because, you know, you are what you eat. And this is some real shit. I mean, they're finding yeah, H Mart is very good. They're finding all of this like weird shit in the food. Like, okay, the fucking frozen shrimp from Walmart. I'm just like, why the fuck are people buying frozen shrimp from Walmart? Because I don't want to be pretentious and be like, why are you buying frozen shrimp? I understand, you know, because, but honestly, why? When you can buy shrimp that's like already peeled and deveined and you can just make it fresh, but whatever. And you can freeze it yourself, but whatever. But why are you buying frozen shrimp from Walmart? Oh, thank you. Cinemix. It's made from baby stem cells and is inside almost everything we consume, especially nasty products. Dropping gems in the chat. You know, okay. Yes, H Mart does have good seafood. Why is the shrimp by radiation? Because they always have to create scarcity. This is economics 101. I think Karl Marx talked about this in one of his books. They have to create scarcity. People know that they do pay farmers to dump their crops. We had a situation maybe 2-ish years ago where like factories, like food factories, kept catching fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have to create scarcity. This planet, especially with all of the over farming, and especially with all of the over farming and all of the ways that they do, like, what is it called, like meat farming and stuff like that, meat production, This planet has no shortage of food. No shortage. Everyone on this planet has there's so much food on this planet that, I mean, everybody on this planet could eat till they pop. But they have to create scarcity for the system, for the capitalist system. World hunger is not real. It doesn't have to be real. It doesn't have to be real. It's all made up. Food scarcity is made up. There's no need for people in Africa or people in India or anywhere. There's no need for anybody on this planet to starve. They make it up. They don't want there to be enough. Because then again, then why would people go to work? If there was enough of everything, then people wouldn't have any incentive to get up and work and give their energy to the system. There's more than enough food out there. Everybody is fine and okay, or they should be fine and okay. But the capitalist system cannot have that because it's a demonic system. It's a beast system. So I just been talking to you all about the food because it's like, again, it's getting worse, and where you shop is becoming more and more important. And so, yeah, I'm excited to go to farmers markets. I'm making that like a thing. I went to a farmers market when I was out of town, and it was kind of mid. But I know the ones here, I'm blessed, are pretty good. So I'm going to go to one here. And that's why I like going out of town too, because even though I'm really not the biggest fan of Texas, going out of town, especially the city I live in, going out of town kind of makes you appreciate it more. But see, okay, passionate. That's what I was telling people. That's the beauty of home ownership. Whether you own a home in America or not, when you own a home, you can grow food in your home or in your backyard. That's the beauty of owning a home, is you can grow your own food. Once you grow your own food, you can sell your own fruits and vegetables, or you can use them to cook things and sell plates out of your house. Me and Bree were talking about that earlier, selling plates and stuff. Like, I really am pushing this movement for people to divest from the system. Take control over your food. Take control over your life. Take control over your energy. Divest, because the system is ending. The system is ending. It's all around you. Hi, Stephen. The system is breaking down. And so if you know that you don't want to move with the system into chips, then start getting creative now as to what you're going to do. Okay, let's move on to, there was a school stabbing in Denton, and people on TikTok are saying that that's why the administrators don't want phones in the schools, because they don't want kids to record what's really going on. I believe that. School is a very dangerous environment. It kind of always has been, because children are evil and people are stupid and they raise other stupid people. But now children are becoming extremely violent, even more than they usually are. They're becoming very violent. But you know what? I don't even want to throw this on the kids. I don't want to throw this on the kids. The kids have been acting out for years because of, again, things going on at home, which is why that's literally it. But what I want to talk about is the administration. School should be interesting, but school is about, like, I know that everybody's talking about ChatGPT and AI and stuff like that, and that is affecting education. But we've known for years, food is to blame. Okay, let's talk about that in the kids. I think food, yes, that's what I was going to talk about, but I'm going to take it back because the teachers are being freaky. When it comes to the kids' behavior in the food, I do believe that the food is messing with their behavior, but honestly, I think the food is affecting them by making all the kids fruity. There's way too many kids nowadays that are freaked out and fruity. They're not even 18, and they are, gay and super anxious, mental health in the dumps. When I was math tutoring, there was like a transgender kid. I was like, what the fuck? And it was really awkward because it was a boy, and trying to be a girl, a hair grown out, and it's like, again, he's going down a dark path. Doesn't see it yet, doesn't realize it, but he's going down a dark path. There's a lot of mm, we're gonna get on that. There's a lot of just the food is so full of hormones. Like I be telling y'all that the chicken is cloned. The chicken is cloned and the chicken is full of hormones. And one lady on TikTok said that, you know, she was able to make her hormonal issues go away. She might have had fibroids, um, or something going on in her uterus area, and she was able to make that go away when she stopped eating certain foods, especially chicken. So the corn is GMO. It's GMO corn, and everything has like high fructose corn syrup. So I think that just the way that the food is being grown, the overexploitation of the crops and the animals, and the hormones being injected and whatever else is being done, is making the kids fruity. I think that the social media mixing with the food is making them develop too fast. Because even for myself, I had my cycle kind of early, and I think the formula, the baby formula, I think again, the food and stuff like that is just making the kids, even like the bottled water, some of it that still has BPA, is making the kids, is just too many hormones too soon. And so they're developing too fast. Then mixed in with the music and social media, they're becoming too sexually aware too fast. And then the whole ass teachers. The teachers are fucking freaks. And we gotta talk about that because you know what? I was telling my mom, I was like, how the fuck are these people getting hired? How are they getting hired? Because to become a teacher, you have to pass background checks, you have to have credentials. So, how are these people getting hired to be teachers? How? The teachers nowadays are so fucking freaky. And it's just like, how are all of these people ending up in schools? Because the women are getting really bad with it. Showing up to school in tight ass clothes and tight ass clothes, high ass heels, long ass weaves, long ass nails, whole ass lashes. I'm going in because you know what? These bitches ain't at work to fucking work. We used to have to worry about the men. We used to have to worry about the men teachers. Now it's these fucking insta hoes who never made it, you know, as bottle girls, and now they're in the local school near you trying to teach your fucking kids. Yeah. And yes, it started off with if the parents beat their kids, oh, you going to jail. You're not supposed to beat your child. And I'm not for child abuse. I'm not, you know, but children do be trying it. But I'm not here for child abuse. But they want to say, oh, you beat your child, you're going to jail. Now it's if you don't feed into your child's psychosis, you know, we're going to feed into it here. And your child can go to school and have a whole nother life and a whole nother identity, which is promoting DL behavior. Because we were talking about that too. That's been a whole thing on TikTok with the DL men. And they ran that guy off of TikTok. I don't even know if he's still active. But, you know, DL men live a whole another life outside of, you know, their family and their social circle. They will, you know what I'm saying? They will be one person. And then when they go outside and they live their real life, they have a whole new appearance and a whole new behavior and a new name. And like, they have a whole another identity. And when you think about this, it's a way that they disassociate. Because again, we've talked about MK Ultra and mind control and how people who are under MK Ultra and mind control disassociate into different personalities. And so when you live like that in your conscious mind, it's like, what the fuck? Where you are intentionally switching into different identities, you know, around different people. That's demonic. That is. And they are encouraging kids to live that way, where they can go to school and have a whole nother identity, a whole nother gender, a whole nother name, a whole nother way of being. And their parents don't know. And now this is for, see, the system capitalizes off of non-engaged parents. Because In my family, my grandfather would just pop up on my mom at school. And my mother was very involved with, knowing when my report card was coming, knowing my teacher's names, you know what I'm saying? Things like this. So if you're not an engaged parent, the system is going to continue to have its way with your kids. It's just like back before all of this stuff. And again, people were letting the streets or letting TV, letting BET and MTV raise their kids. So people got to be engaged. But I definitely have been telling you guys, I've talked a little bit about homeschooling. I'm definitely pro Montessori or pro homeschooling because school is too demonic now. You got to worry about the other kids and the teachers. You got to worry about, imagine again, you sending your kid to school and they're in class with transgender children. They're in class with transgender kids. That's confusing. That's messing up their mind. There's already been an issue with the kids going to school with other kids that have been touched. I had to report that when I was young. I was in like first grade, and this one girl, I never forget her name. Her name was Bianca. She had tried to like get me to like touch her inappropriately, and I reported it. And they were like, "Thank you so much for telling us." And I said, "Yeah, because that is weird." And I said she could have disease or something. And this was even as a child. Because I'm thinking, I don't know what the fuck you got going on. I'm thinking, why would you want me to like touch you there? So, and now that I'm older, I mean, I knew that that was strange and I told on her. And like the teachers got involved and everything. But another thing was a girl that used to live in my neighborhood, she also she did something weird, and I had realized years later that she could only ever think of that because she had already been violated. And her sister probably had been violated too, because my mother used to not like her sister very much. Her sister was older. And my mom used to say I think my mom didn't like her because my mom thought she was kind of fast or just a little bit too grown for her age. And when I had a realization like 2, 3 years ago, I said, "Oh, my friend had been violated, and then her sister was most likely violated too." So, as a child, you may not always pick up on it, but when you're, now that I became an adult, I can see it. Yes, but people need, you know what? There's something else too, because I be on Reddit. I love Reddit. And people on Reddit, and Reddit is where white folks be at. And even on there, I've seen teachers talk about how, again, they don't want their children to have any consequences. And they will be like, "Oh, my son can't do the schoolwork because his mental health, and he has to be home, and he needs more time, and this and that." And it's just like, you're raising a fucking idiot. You're raising a narcissistic dumbass. You're raising a fucking handicapped child. You're raising a fucking criminal because you feel like whatever the fuck your dumbass kid has going on with them makes them exempt from having to fucking get an education. You don't even prioritize education. You're letting your child sit at home all day as a fucking teenager when they need to be fucking learning because of their mental health, and they feel sick and they need, like, get the fuck out of here. So the teachers are sick of it too. The teachers are sick of the narcissistic parents, the unengaged parents. The teachers are fucking burnt out, and then the other half of the teachers are freaked out. And they come into school trying to fuck your kids. And it's just like, school they got trannies, they got the tranny teachers, they got the tranny kids. School is a dangerous place. I'm not even worried about fuck that. It's deeper. You got a bunch of fucking idiots who can't fucking read, too lazy to fucking read, can't fucking count, who are distracting your kids. Like, and then when you try to send them to a fucking private school, they're surrounded by rich, pompous, pretentious narcissists who don't have any consequences. So the school system is very dangerous right now. It's really nasty. And that's why I don't have any kids. And if I did, they would be either homeschooled or Montessori. So if y'all have children and if you have the luxury of being able to divest them from the public school system, I would do that. But yes, they don't want the kids to have phones because they want the kids to not record. And again, children get upset, things happen, people or they go old school and they knock your ass out. But the kids, it's a double-edged sword because I feel like, phones do distract them, but it just depends on the kid. I mean, we had phones when I was in school, and I graduated a year early with a 4.9. I was in college at 17. I graduated. I did freshman year, sophomore year, senior year. So I only did 3 years in high school, and I went to college. And again, I was focused. So a phone didn't stop me because my mind was on school. So, some people just want it and some people just don't. But the kids been recording fights. The kids been recording, all kind of weird shit in school. But I feel like, yeah, I think nowadays, now let's talk about it. I do think that the real reason they don't want the kids recording is to protect the fucking teachers and the administrators. Oh, good for you, Dion. Yeah, I feel like, having kids in today's world is very risky and dangerous. I think you can still do it, but you're going to need resources to be able to, again, give them a different experience than the masses. But I definitely, again, with all these teachers going to school, again, the tranny teachers I didn't start seeing tranny teachers until I went to college. When I went to college, I started seeing tranny teachers, and I was like, this is some weird ass shit. That used to turn me off. But yes, I feel like the administrators are hiring weirdos, and so they are trying to protect those weirdos. Yes, when I went to college, I started seeing tranny teachers or like gay teachers who were like openly gay and just like I started getting this weird liberal education. And that's why I graduated late too from college because it was expensive and I just lost interest because it was just so much fake and bullshit education. It was so much like weird it was not about learning. College was about mind control. It was about mind control. Getting you to believe things that are not real, getting you to ponder things that are not true, getting you to ponder things that are not worth your fucking mental energy or time. And I didn't really like that. And I had different interests. And so I kind of like stopped caring. I'm glad I graduated eventually, but college was not about really learning anything real. So there was a school stabbing in Denton, Texas. And there's a deeper conversation about that with why are the administrators trying to get kids to not use phones? And then again, a stabbing pops off. And you know what I mean? They're trying to cover their asses. There's a lot of corruption in the education system. Who's a furry? Okay. Let's get into pop culture. That's all I had for real world topics. Okay. Drop some topics in the chat. Somebody mentioned Raven-Symoné. Okay. I'm gonna start there. Raven-Symoné. Was it fun though? What was fun? What, college? Yeah, I had fun. But it was, I don't like learning about things that I don't have interest in. I had fun. I enjoyed myself. I partied. I had a good time. But ultimately, I'm glad that it's over with. And, now I don't feel crazy for not being interested, because at the time, I felt like bad because I was not interested, and I felt like nobody understood. Like, people who weren't in college, they didn't understand. I felt like they wouldn't have understood why I wasn't interested. But it wasn't talking about shit. But at the time, everybody was so caught up in, you gotta go to college to get a good job. You gotta go to college to do this. You gotta go to college. And I just felt like there's another way. And I felt like they're not teaching us shit though. This is mind control, and I didn't like it. Because I can't be mind controlled. Okay, Raven Symone. Um, I told you guys in the short, because it's true. That woman, her name is Miranda, I think. That woman is there like most handlers. Most handlers in Hollywood are not black. Most handlers are ooish, or they work for the ooish. Because the whole point is to make sure that your money stays in the ooish community. Because your bosses, your overlords are not going to allow you to ever get money and then get free. Doesn't work like that. This is why they strategically give people, again, non-black handlers, and then they have children, because the whole point is to keep the money flowing into the overlords community, the Zionist system. This is why, again, Kanye, Michael Jackson, even Drake, it goes deep. The whole point, all these athletes and rappers and singers who get with these like non-black women, and then they have all these kids, it's to keep the money into the Zionist system. You're, again, like, when you work, if you're a hoe and you work for a pimp, the pimp is never going to let you have enough money to leave, which is why the whole game of pimping is you do the work and you split the money with the pimp. You give your money back and they give you a cut, because the whole point is, again, you're never supposed to have the financial means to leave. That's how financial abuse works. It's just like, the radio, again, Jay-Z set her up. But Jay-Z loves Jay-Z. So when Jay-Z convinced her, like somebody said, when Jay-Z was like, oh yeah, I'll clear the sample, he knew it wouldn't be good, and it would put money in his pocket. So Jay-Z, he did what he did to spite Nicki Minaj, but he also did what he did to serve him. Jay-Z is very self-serving. Jay-Z believes in himself. And when I say that, I mean like self-worship. But when it comes to, again, like Raven Symone's wife, again, you guys, I believe that her family is highly connected. There's no way she's married to Raven Symone and she's just some average bitch. And Raven Symone is calling out for help. People have realized that. People on TikTok have been commenting saying that Raven, again, is like in the interviews, like looking at the camera, like, I know y'all see this, because Raven is in bondage. But Raven is very smart, because she hasn't really got out of line too much. And there's, this one lady from church was telling me, when your head is in the lion's mouth, you don't rush to pull your head out, because the lion is going to snap, your neck. You slowly ease out. Raven is in bondage. Justin Bieber is in bondage. You know what I mean? There are people, to be honest with you, I know people are saying that Kanye was acting up to get out of the Adidas deal, but he may have also been acting up to get out of that marriage. These people are in bondage. They're in like these marriages where they can't leave. That person and them are married because the system wants them married. to what? Control the finances. Britney Spears is still in bondage. She might be out of her conservatorship, but she is still in bondage. And they do this, even Shannon Sharp, that was a whole ritual to what? Funnel his money back into the system, because Gabrielle Zuniga works for OnlyFans. Okay, OnlyFans is owned by Zionists. When you get to the root of every issue on this planet, Zionist. Baddies, Zeus Network, Zionist. OnlyFans, Pornhub, Zionist. Human African, Zionist. Because OnlyFans and Pornhub promote African and X work, Zionist. So I just want to put that out here. You know, everything that's going on with Shannon Sharp and all these, you know, these guys who get with these non-black women, and next thing you know, they're getting sued or catching a case. No, because when you sign, you know, it's Zionists who are setting them up and extracting their wealth. It keeps them what? Working in the system. They get a criminal record. Now they have to stay in the system. I told you guys this. Like, when these people go to jail and get records, again, have fun leaving the system, because now your ass has a criminal record. No, you can't sign a contract in Hollywood and leave. It's not about you leaving. You're never supposed to leave. It's, you know, it's a system. And once you join, it's a cult. The only way that you can leave a cult is if they unalive you. Just like with gangs, when you join a gang, which is a cult, you can't just like leave your gang. Like, you have to be initiated in. You have to do crime to be initiated in. You have to like unalive somebody, hurt somebody, you know, fight somebody else to get in. You have to do something absurd to be initiated in. And if you try to leave, they want to. That's just how cults work. And Hollywood is the same way. Once you sign that contract, you're not leaving you're not leaving to go anywhere. And you look back, Raven is in a weird relationship. I don't even think Raven is a lesbian. I don't. I think that this whole circus is a way to embarrass her and humiliate her. I don't think Raven's a lesbian. Her head has been shaved, blonde hair. Again, MK Ultra programming. Look at what happened to Bill Cosby. Look at what happened to Orlando Brown. I think Kyle Massey also got caught up in some mess. I'm naming people that have been in Raven's circle. Raven was on The Cosby Show. Bill Cosby, his life been blown up. When it was time to extract his wealth back into the system. Because again, most of the lawyers are ooish, right? So when you get a crazy lawsuit and now you have to fight the case, you're paying lawyer fees back to the ooish for your freedom. The court system is, you know, again, run by the Zionists too. If Raven really is, you know, living that lifestyle, it's because she's been freaked out. I don't think Raven started off freaky. I just don't. I don't think Raven started off on some weird shit. And then didn't Orlando Brown say that they had a baby with that Raven either gave it away or unalived the baby or something crazy like that? Child sacrifice. Orlando Brown is out of his damn mind. And then the father from Not So Raven, he passed. So see what I'm saying? Like, her whole circle has been affected by the Hollywood demonic beast system. That woman is a handler, and like somebody said on my TikTok, she reminds me of Rose from Get Out. Her energy reminds me I'm telling you, she reminds me so much of Rose. And remember, Rose strategically would go out and find Black people, bring them back in, and she was responsible for helping to organ harvest and like traffic their organs and like sell their organs to the other whites in her community. And they were doing what? shifting consciousness, and just using black people for their own fucking, agenda. And um he's still here. Oh, the father from That's a Raven, he's still alive. Thank God. But there's something else I was gonna say about Get Out. There's something else. But they are using black people's. Oh no, I was gonna say even in slavery, like George Washington had the teeth of slaves in his mouth, and he had wooden teeth. He had, I think, some teeth made out of like lead. I think lead poisoning is what really killed him. His teeth were all fucked up, and he had some slave teeth. And so again, even in slavery, black people were selling like their teeth and stuff like that. Like this organ harvesting shit is deep and it's real. And Hollywood is all about, again, handlers, mind control, African, and all that other kind of shit. Raven Symone's wife, she claims that she's not ooish. Even if she's not, she works for the ooze. And her job is to watch Raven. Like I was telling my mom, I said, I bet you their house has cameras all over the place, hidden cameras everywhere. Because her job is to be with Raven and make sure that Raven does not get out of line, make sure that Raven does not leave Hollywood, make sure that Raven does not speak out of turn, make sure that, again, Raven is under surveillance and control. I do believe that she got money. I do. I don't think she's no broke white girl. I think, again, she's with Raven to, if she marries Raven and something happens to Raven, she gets Raven's wealth. If Raven starts to lose her mind, they can put her in a conservatorship and she gets Raven's wealth. I don't think she needs Raven's wealth, but I think her job is to control Raven's wealth and to control Raven's whereabouts and well-being and to watch her. Because when was the last time we saw Raven Symone by herself? The podcast and them doing all of this stuff in the media is to, again, humiliate Raven, and really that's it. I think it's all about humiliating her and exploiting her image. But I can't recall the last time I saw Raven by herself. Right? I mean, just like Beyonce, you don't see Beyonce alone. You know what I mean? Because they have handlers that, again, you won't be by yourself anytime. Did Raven and her wife really need a podcast with them both? Do they really have to do interviews with them both? She's there to watch Raven. There's an invisible leash and collar around Raven's neck, and that wife is there with her all the time to watch and control her ass. And that means that Raven can never have a conversation with somebody without her wife being around. The wife is there to meddle into all of her affairs and conversations. Right? We don't know that woman. That's what I was saying. I don't believe that she is with her for her money. I believe she's with her to watch her and to make sure that if something happens, the money does not go to Raven's black family. The money goes to her, to control the money, to control Raven. That's my belief on that. She is more connected than she comes off. Somebody said her father was an executive at like Warner Brothers or something. I believe it. She's not, like they say, we met at a bar. Even if they did meet at a bar, even if that story is real, they met at a bar because she was already watching Raven. She was already keeping tabs on Raven, which is how she knew to go to that bar at that day, at that time. It's the same way with Haley and Justin. We should all know by now, Haley stalked the fuck out of Justin for years. But Lou Taylor, who had Britney Spears in a conservatorship, was a part of that. The Kardashians, a brood of witches, were a part of helping Haley and Justin get together. They were watching him, stalking him, so they would know, okay, he'll be here at this time, doing this and doing that, blah, blah, blah. So even if they did actually meet at a bar, that woman was watching her and following her well before they actually met. Okay? And I'm sure she approached Raven. So her story about, I didn't even know who Raven was, lies. Everybody knows that that's a lie. That's a bad lie. I wish she would tell a better lie. But she knew who Raven was, and she was sent to watch her, stalk her, follow her, and get with her. Okay? Let's talk about Lil Nas X. So, hi Christian. Lil Nas X is allegedly about to catch some felonies or has caught some felonies over that bullshit that he pulled. Stunts, rituals, bullshit. Lil Nas X, again, when I saw that he got arrested in felonies, I said, again, continuing to vindicate what I've been saying. Hollywood gives you an arrest record and felonies and, criminal records, all of that, DUIs. They give you these things so you can't fucking leave. Who's gonna hire a fucking felon? Who's gonna hire somebody with a DU fucking I? It can happen, but it makes getting a job a lot harder. But once you have several felonies, you can have fun getting a fucking job. Leave? Go anywhere? That'll never happen. That'll never happen. So that was the whole point of this whole ritual, is to get him further and further into the Hollywood system. Now, I'm hearing that he's facing jail time. If this is true, guess what will happen? He'll go to jail and he'll come out even more weird and freaked out. I think that, again, sometimes when you sign certain contracts or you want certain things, you have to give a lot. You know what I mean? The movie, him in the trailer is saying, what are you willing to sacrifice? You have to give a lot. I believe that that's why Kanye is cloned. He said he was cloned because he wanted a lot. You want to be a great big artist, genius, legend, icon, all these things. You have to be willing to be cloned. Because once they clone you, they have control over your consciousness and they can control you. They can control your mind. They can move your mind into different bodies and then you do their work. You become a vessel and you've allowed yourself to be used as a vessel to push the satanic agenda. So I believe that Lil Nas X, if he does face jail time, he will be in jail getting cloned. Like I believe Blueface is in jail being cloned. Anybody that has gone to jail, all these rappers, NBA Youngboy, Lil Wayne, Bobby Shmurda, I mean, there's so many rappers who have gone to jail. They are getting cloned, in my opinion. And again, it also pushes the agenda that for Black men, going to jail or prison is a rite of passage. It normalizes that shit because you don't see, rock stars and country singers and white pop stars. You don't see them consistently getting into crime and getting locked up. But with Black artists, especially rappers, you see that nonstop. So I think he's going to jail to get cloned. If he actually ends up going. But this was all a ritual. I heard that he has new music coming out. It won't do well. It won't. People are done with Lil Nas X. The music won't hit. So it doesn't even matter. If he did all of this to promote any new music, a waste. Because he's over. Okay, let's get into Tiana Taylor. Have y'all heard the new project? Are y'all interested? Let me know. Did you hear the new Tiana Taylor project? I just want to know. Have you heard it? Do you want to hear it? Also, tell me, have you listened to Offset's new project? I know I talked to y'all about that last live, I believe. I just want to know, have more of you listened to that project, Kiari by Offset, and have you listened to Tiana Taylor, or are you interested in listening to Tiana Taylor? It's real quiet up in here. Not yet. Okay. It's quiet. Okay. So, proving my point. Thank you, Dion. Proving my point. I told you guys, because I've been telling you, there's a ritual in which Hollywood wants you to sacrifice your relationship or sacrifice something around you. You know, it could be your parents, your offspring, you know, other kind of other members of your family. I didn't really like it that much. I couldn't vibe with it. Did you like it, Imea? Offset's project? But with Tiana, I just feel like, what are the odds? She gets a divorce, gets a new man. I've already talked to you all about that. I believe that the whole relationship is fake. It looks so fake. Okay, did you like Offset's project, Imea? But I think Tiana's relationship, it looks so fake. And you know that it's fake because they keep trying to force you to believe it. That's how you know it's fake. Because they're always in the media. They're always, you know, just in front of a camera and, you know, kissing each other and, oh, Tiana is so this and so that and all this stuff. It's obviously fake. Obviously. So with her relationship to Aaron Pierre, it's not real. I just can't believe that it's real because it reeks of script. So she gets a new man, has a new album, and then she's gonna be in a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. She's doing what needs to be done. She wants to thrive. She wants to move up the pyramid. Tiana Taylor has always wanted to move up the pyramid. And I just don't understand. You know, I think Tiana Taylor is very talented. I think she's, you know, clearly a great choreographer and she's good at, like, you know, again, visuals and stuff like that. I just wish she would just do that. Like, but here's the thing. I don't know if she has a record contract to still fulfill. I didn't think that she did, but you never know. Maybe that's why we're getting a new album because Tiana said that she retired from music because people are not interested in music from her. I don't know what it is. People just are not interested in Tiana Taylor's music. I'm not. I'm not the only person that feels that way. But I feel like she still has talent, but we just don't want the music. And I just think that she should be one of the biggest, you know, choreographers in the world. I do think that she should be responsible for, again, creating visuals and creating, you know, again, like just helping artists with their development. I think that that's really where she shines. I don't really know of her as an actress too much. I am gonna see the movie that she's gonna be in. That's coming out. I forgot the name of it. The movie that's gonna have, again, Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm gonna go see that. Um, I think I don't know about her acting chops too much. I'm excited for her to get into acting, but I really want her to, again, continue to help artists perfect the performances because that's where she shines. I like that for her. I like the idea of Black people getting good jobs behind the scenes because that's where the money is. And I just feel like I'm sick of us always feeling like we have to be in front of the camera, chucking and jiving. You know what I mean? So I want her to be in that space. I think she could really build, you know, herself up as a real legend if she is, again, um, a choreographer, a tour manager, just something like that. Um, I just want that for her. A creative director, you know what I mean? I think that's really where she is supposed to be. But I think all of these tricks and giggles and rituals with this gay man allegedly is not hitting on shit. And I don't know about her marriage to what's his name, to Iman. I mean, I feel like they were on that Hollywood freaked out shit, you know, with the threesomes, and that shit never works. And so it crashed and it burned. But I just feel like this new relationship is again part of a level up. And then she's got him in the visuals, and it's just dry, you guys. It's dry and it's tired. But nobody here except two people commented about her project. So again, doing rituals and releasing music for what? And she what did she do? Promoted the alien agenda. Promoted you know, again, all this technology and this futurism and stuff like that, promoting the fallen angel agenda. Because that is who is helping her do some of this shit. That's who's helping, that's who she's serving. Again, these Zionists. People have called out that she really was doing a lot of work with Diddy. You know that couldn't be kosher. So, ooh, what does he benefit? He's getting press. Like, he's getting press. And again, he needs black women to go see his movies. You know what I mean? That's why I keep telling y'all. That's why Michael B. Jordan got into a fake relationship with Lori Harvey, because they need black women to go see their films. They need black women to be invested in them. That's why. It's a beneficial PR relationship. If he releases a movie today or tomorrow, people are going to go see it and they're going to be like, yeah, he loves black women. He loves my girl Tiana. She's so soft around him. I'm telling you, it's bullshit. Okay. Let's get into, I've covered Tamar. Hey Micah. I've been here for over an hour, but replay will be up. I have trolls in my comments. Hi Robert. Thank you. Tripping. I can't do anything but laugh. He's walling out. And trolling. Okay, yeah, but Micah, you're here. It's okay. Replay, of course, will always be up. Okay. Tamar and Mendices. I don't know. I may have covered the Mendices thing last time. Oh, I don't give a fuck about Taylor Swift getting married. It's an Illuminati allegedly marriage. I don't care. And I mean, we could talk about it. I don't have anything to say. I keep trying to tell y'all, I'm not a fan of Taylor Swift. Some of her songs are good. Some of her music is good. But ultimately, I'm not invested in her. I saw the headline. She's getting married allegedly. I mean, look, this girl has been with so many different guys. Let's see if it actually happens. Yeah, she's supposed to be getting married to Travis Kelce, but that relationship is not real. I don't believe that relationship either, you guys. He's getting initiated. It's initiation. I just don't believe that, oh, they're legitimately in love. They're legitimately together. I just don't believe it. It just doesn't come off genuine. Do y'all believe it? Because I don't. I don't believe it. Right. I just feel like, you know, again, look, Travis Kelce took the oath. I'm not saying that because he was with somebody black, he can't be with somebody white. I'm not saying that. That's not true. Like, he's white. So if he wants to be with somebody white, that's his right. Like, look, you guys already know. I don't play that shit when it comes to relationships and like race dynamics. Fuck who you want to fuck. I don't care. I don't have a problem attracting men. So I don't be like, oh, you know, you with a white girl and blah. I don't care. That doesn't matter. That's stupid to even think that way. What I'm saying is, Travis Kelce was somebody else. Hey, what's up, Fly York City? Good to see you. Miss you. he was somebody else before Taylor Swift. It seems like he got with Taylor Swift and he started promoting the vaccine. He got new clothes, a new image, right? That leaned more into white America because that's what was in the contract. Because he, before, again, he was like kind of like that white guy that is kind of a wigger, kind of hood, kind of trying to, again, kind of blackified. And I don't think that that has anything to do with him dating black women. I think he's a white guy that has been playing sports all his life, and so he's been around a lot of black guys. Okay, he's been around a lot of black men, and you see this. I went to a football school. I went to a SEC school, and when you go to schools like that, the white guys are around a lot of black guys, and so they naturally pick up on some of the, again, some of the culture and some of the habits of their teammates. They play sports all day. And again, if you make it to an SEC school, you've been playing sports for years, for a long time. So you've been around black coaches, black players, you know what I'm saying, black students in your school. You've been around, so many black people that you naturally, again, like adapt some of their habits and some of their tastes and some of their interests. And that's what may have led him into dating somebody black. I don't think he just, oh, he was dating a black girl and now he was trying to act black. I just don't believe that. I believe that him playing football, even Tom Brady, like Tom Brady, again, when you see Tom Brady, he like hangs out with black guys and has, like a little bit of flavor to him because he's been around so many black men for so long, right? So with Travis Kelce, though, it just seems like a part of his contract when he took the oath was to lean more into white America because white people support their own. That's just the truth. And so he got with Taylor Swift, which was arranged because I will always believe that Taylor Swift is a reincarnation of Zena LaVey, who is Anton LaVey's daughter. Anton LaVey was the founder of the Church of Satan. Taylor Swift and Zena LaVey look identical. Identical. Same hairstyles and everything. So I believe that Taylor Swift is a high ranking witch that's a part of the bloodline. And that's why she keeps winning certain awards. And that's why she keeps, you know what I'm saying? Like they prop her up because of her bloodline. Even Beyonce is propped up because of her bloodline. So I believe that they're in an arranged relationship and that Taylor is helping to initiate him, right? And she's helping to reform his image. If you need to please white America, nobody else can help you do that better than Taylor Swift. She has a huge fan base that love her. So if she's dating you, they will like you until she gets tired of your ass and sends you the fuck out, okay? And kicks you out. I see it is orchestrated. Just like they allowed him to win the Super Bowl. See what I'm saying? Like, it's orchestrated. It's planned. It's scripted. That's what I'm telling you guys. So yeah, they're engaged. Great for them. I'm unfazed about this all. Again, Tamar and Mendices. I talked to y'all earlier about Tamar. My mom was saying that allegedly, I guess Mendices is going to be a love interest in like a new music video or something that she has coming out. It just looks like Illuminati stunts. It just does. Tamar wants to be famous so bad. Mendices doesn't have a fucking job. He has sold his soul allegedly to Viacom, who, Viacom is the company behind VH1 and Love and Hip Hop and stuff like that. So, I just think it's just more fuckery. I think it's just more, it's the same thing that it's always been. And that it always is. It's always Right. Right, Micah. Because wasn't Taylor Swift promoting Glorilla? Again, Glorilla is not just some average bitch from Memphis. She's just not. Just like Ice Spice isn't just some average girl from the Bronx. If Taylor Swift is promoting you, please believe you are up there and you are sent by the agenda for whatever reason. So yeah, I think when it comes to Tamar and Mendices, I mean it's just nigga news and it's stunts and it's just it's flop. It's slop, it's flop. I don't think Tamar is gonna have any successful music because she has turned the public off with her stunts and her antics and her bad attitude. And people don't like Mendices anyway. So whatever, again, this is what I was telling y'all about last time. With Tamar wanting to be famous and or famous for music so bad, wanting a thriving music career so bad that she's not meant to have, she's allowing Satan to manipulate her. She's allowing Satan to manipulate her into putting out music that's not going to sell, into doing stunts that's not going to work, embarrassing herself, exploiting herself, and driving herself further into the hole of public dislike. Whatever Tamar does, it's not going to work because she has internal issues and we are not interested in her music. And that's what I was saying earlier. Sometimes things don't work out for you because God doesn't want that for you. And you are not going to try to force what God has said no to. You're just not. So you can do all of the gimmicks and stunts and, crying wolf and whatever you want to do. It's not going to work. Because and Satan will exploit you and lie to you when even he knows I can't make this happen for you because God said no. I can exploit you and manipulate you, but I still can't, I can't, you can do rituals, but I can't deliver because God said no. And she's not getting that. Case closed. Y'all gonna learn. Like y'all gonna learn. Okay. Shiloh Sanders. Do y'all know? I know Dion. Dion, don't you watch football? Dion, did Shiloh really get picked up by the Steelers? Is that true? Because people are commenting and saying, "Oh, the Steelers picked him up right after that happened, right after he was cut from the Buccaneers." Anybody here? But I know Dion did mention that he likes football. Can somebody please tell me if it's true, if Shiloh really did get picked up by another team? I'm waiting for y'all. Until y'all answer, I don't know if I said this last time, but whatever happened with Shiloh and that dude was black and white chess. It's black and white chessboard. There's a reason why, out of all players, it was a white guy that repeatedly pushed him. It's black and white chess. Neither do I. You haven't heard that? People keep saying, the Steelers picked him up. The Steelers picked him up. I don't know if that's true or not because I haven't seen an official announcement from the Steelers. So when it comes to whatever happened, the little fight that happened, it's black and white chess. Somebody says that they feel like it was script, but that Shiloh wasn't in on it. I believe that Shiloh was in on it because I keep saying, like, Shiloh should know by now to not put his hands on another fucking player. He should know that. And somebody is saying, but somebody said that Shiloh does have anger issues. Somebody said that Shiloh filed for bankruptcy because he put his hands on somebody else before and got sued. I've heard this. I've heard that he's not a good football player. I've heard that, again, he's got a temper. So I've heard these things. People in my comments have said these things about him. And, I don't think that that's all coming from can I have a moderator, please? Thank you. This person is tweaking. Um, so I'm hearing these things. Here's what I want to say. It's black and white chessboard and it's child sacrifice. I do believe that maybe Dion's kids, want to follow up behind their dad. Their dad's one of the greatest athletes of all time. I think people, I don't know, I think people may sometimes underestimate, maybe I'm wrong. Again, I don't really watch sports, but I do know that Dion played several professional sports, and so he's really one of the best. I know he's super cocky, but he's super talented. I do believe that Dion has turned his sons over into the beast system that is professional sports. I think, what's his name? LeBron has done the same thing. LeBron's son Bronny cannot play basketball. He's not good. He is no LaMelo. LaMelo was actually good. Lonzo was decent, but LaMelo was great. But I think, again, there's a reason why we don't see LaMelo in the news all the time. And that's because he didn't, or he hasn't taken the oath yet, if he ever does. But with Shiloh and Shadur, I think that they are being given up or given over to the system, and they might want to do that, but that can't change if they have talent or not. I do feel like Shadur, just from intuition, he might be a better player. He might be more meant for this than Shiloh, especially if Shiloh does have an anger issue or whatever and is tweaking, But I just feel like, look, people in my comments who actually watch are not just making shit up. So and here's another thing. If he was actually a good player, they wouldn't have been so quick to drop him, because we all know that Anthony Edwards and John Morant are fucking ridiculous. And this is what I mean when I talk about black and white chessboard, because people want to make it seem like the NFL is just so fucking racist when it comes to, Anthony Edwards and John Morant, they play basketball. But people want to make it seem like professional sports, I want to say professional sports, is just so racist, so evil, so racist. I'm not saying that those people who own those teams are not racist. I'm not saying that they're not. I'm saying that if you're actually good, they will excuse bullshit because they do have a financial interest in you. If you're not fucking good and you only got there because your father, made phone calls for you, then you're a liability because you're not fucking good. And they want to win games. They want to win trophies and awards. They want to win bets. So if you're not good, yeah, it's going to be a lot easier for them to just fucking cut their losses. Right? John Morant got online with a blicky, waving around a blick, and kept his fucking job. Anthony Edwards is around here wilding. And he's good. He's fine. So even LaMelo has been fined a lot for cursing. He did run over a fan's foot. I mean, things have happened and he's still going to work. So even after injuries and shit like that. So what I'm saying is, if you're not really fucking good, they have no problem just letting you go, no matter who your dad is, because they're trying to win games, and there's too much money on this. There's too much money on this to be fucking around. So with Shiloh, I think, again, Dion might want to, again, push his kids to do sports, but sports may not be what they're meant to do, especially for that Shiloh. I don't know about Shadur, but I think for Shiloh, sports might not be his calling. And like Dion said, because it's true, with or without football, my kid's going to be fine. Right. So maybe not throw them into this system, because it might not really be for them. But I just feel like there's something deeper to what happened, because I just feel like if you had intentions of your kids playing ball, I'm sure at some point that they had an experience where, they might have got physical with somebody at a game or practice. Just like, again, people are saying that Shiloh, again, did get physical with somebody and got sued and filed for bankruptcy. So he's already had an encounter. So he should kind of know by now how to act and conduct himself, and what to do and what not to do. Yeah, I talked to y'all about that last live with Ice Spice. It's not going to do well. It'll probably do better than Cardi B, but yeah, I talked about it, and it's not gonna do well. I said last live, it sounds like a track that was scrapped from a previous project. I think that Ice Spice has been replaced. She gained, excuse me, she lost and gained that weight too fucking fast. That was weird. That was really weird. So with Ice Spice, I mean, she could do what she wants to do. I don't see her career like bouncing back. Um she never really was lit. Her whole career was payola. Her whole career was payola. But with Shiloh, I don't think football is for Shiloh. I just don't. I really don't. And I think that the whole situation was black and white chessboard. And maybe it was script to get him out. Maybe it was. Maybe they were like, we're gonna send this guy to fight him and get him out. I'm just saying, but I think Shiloh needs to be out, because just something about him, I just feel like you're not really made for this. I just don't think he is. I think there's a reason why. Um, I think there's a reason why Shadur was strategically drafted at pick 144. I think that he was, and I'm serious. I don't think, because people want to put God into everything. These are demonic people who commit blasphemy every day, all day. I don't think God had anything to do with. I like, same thing. I like some of Ice Spice's music, but I just think her program. Even if I know they might be making it seem like they're going to revamp her program or relaunch her program, I don't foresee it working out for her. I just don't. She might have like a little bop here or there, but I just don't foresee her really doing anything special and anything, phenomenal. I think her best days of her career are behind her. If Ice Spice, I don't know if she can act. I talked to y'all about this last time. She's supposed to be in a new, I think, Spike Lee movie. If she's a good actress, she might be able to revive her career there. But I just don't think that the public likes her enough to really fuck with her on any level. I just don't believe that. And she gained all that weight back, and she still needs to fucking go work out because she's flabby. I said what I said. Fuck Ice Spice. I don't really care about her. But I think that the NFL strategically drafted Shadur at pick 144 because he's actually good and might actually be made for the game. I think Shiloh was not made for the game. And I think that may be why he was set up to get out of the game. Okay, let's end with. She does give bot energy. Somebody said that Ice Spice was made in a lab. Nothing would surprise me. Okay, let's end with Kim Kardashian and North West. So I'm sure you guys have seen North West walking around looking super fucking grown. This has been a problem for years, which is why on Instagram I reposted somebody pointing out all the times that Kim has had that baby dressed inappropriately. I've noticed it for years. She was a little girl. She was like 5 years old, wearing crop tops, red lipstick, negligees out in public, corsets with the dress out in public. And then, now that she's getting older, she's, boosting up her boobs, and they've had her with heavy makeup. One time she seemed like she had got a tan. You know what I'm saying? Like they're over sexualizing her, and they're making her grow up way too fast. And people always want to make it seem like, oh, Blue Ivy isn't like that. Blue Ivy is over there doing this and that. No. Blue Ivy is growing up too fast too. Blue Ivy is, working a full adult schedule. She's on tour with her mom all the fucking time. And yeah, Cardi B, she doing that with her daughter, in my opinion. The little girl is, I haven't seen her dress super weird, but they do have her, all the handbags and shit. It's a little strange. But anywho, with Blue Ivy, again, Blue Ivy is, it may not be as, blatant, but Blue Ivy is, again, working a full-time job. Blue Ivy is donned in a full face of makeup. And again, they're like prepping her as well to, if she's not already, being sold to a much older man, or just being sold to, again, a whole bunch of freaks that are going to turn them into beta kittens. Northwest, in my opinion, is, again, being turned into a beta kitten, probably already been a beta kitten. I think North is an sacrifice for the fashion people. It's pretty obvious, because when she was first born, she was in a Chanel ad, and I was like, you know what I mean? And Kim and Kanye are very tied in with the fashion people, especially Kim, because Kim doesn't do music or sports or anything like that. So I just feel like North is, again, an sacrifice for the fashion people, which is why they made her like the baby Balmain jacket. You know what I'm saying? Like, they specifically make certain clothes, or they specifically have them in certain ads, because that's their product. You know what I'm saying? And so I just feel like she's advertising her daughter. She's got the colorful hair. Kim Kardashian is 10 toes down about Balenciaga. We know what Balenciaga is all about. She's a mother, still promoting that brand. And she's got this little girl looking crazy. And if y'all are freaking out about North, just wait till Chicago gets older. But North is the firstborn, which is why she's, been having that push since birth. Chicago will have her day, but North is the firstborn, and that's what they want. And just like, again, when Northwest was drawing pictures of demons and shit, it's because she's already been, in my opinion, undergoing the rituals. That she's already seen some shit. They've already been doing freaky, spooky candles and cauldrons with this kid. She's already, might, again, has seen something and has experienced something. And so I just believe that, they're doing what they do. They do rituals right in front of you. And it's up to you to believe it or not. Everybody knows that the little girl looks too grown, but they're doing it in front of you because they cannot hide what they're doing. And they're showing you. I mean, I knew something was weird too when Kim had North at Paris Fashion Week. You know what I mean? And she's putting her in all these adult spaces. And notice how, like, sometimes she'll only take North. It's because North is the oldest, the firstborn. That's why North will be at certain fittings. That's why North will be at certain events that are not child friendly. I mean, they've been doing that. They had her as a baby crying and freaking out at a fashion show because she's a sacrifice, in my opinion, to the fashion people. Kim is also good friends with Michelle Lamy, Rick Owens' wife. You see what I mean? Good friends with Marina Abramovic. So it's like, it's just obvious that, the baby is being handed over. She was dressing up in gimp mask in front of the kids, and so was Kanye. And I think what's going to happen is just how they had to get rid of Robert Kardashian, before Kim blew up, that's going to happen to Kanye. Kanye's days are numbered, because when it's time for them to take North full circle to where they want her to be, that is when they will get rid of Kanye, because they will not have any more time for Kanye to be having outbursts and freaking out. He already exposed her for sex trafficking, but people are going to write him off as crazy That's the whole point. They're gonna say, "Oh, this nigga is crazy. He's off his meds. He's tweaking." And Kim was just quiet the whole time because Kim knows better. It's not for clout. It's for rituals. It's not for clout. It's deeper than clout. It's deeper than clout. It's about Moloch and Baal. It's about child sacrifice. You rise when you give your child. You rise when you give your firstborn. Because do you believe that Kim and Kanye made it this far because they didn't give something up? Now we know that Kanye gave up his mom. You know what I mean? But he has to continue to give. You keep wanting things. You keep wanting, you know what I'm saying? More. You have to give. You have to give yourself cloning. You have to give yourself booty hole, coochie hole, mouth. You have to give your spirit, your soul, your consciousness. You have to give eventually they're gonna sacrifice you too. They're gonna murk you. But they have to, you have to give up yourself, mind, body, soul. You have to give your family. You have to give your children. You have to give everything. The more you want, the more you must give. She was. Hey, Blossom, you've been in the cut. She was, because they've been exposing her to obscenities. You know what I'm saying? Because they're desensitizing her. They're showing you that they are doing mind control on this child and rituals in front of you. They're showing you. And it's not just about fame. It's about, money, influence, power, access. I'm telling y'all. She's continuing to show you that she is, making offerings. And I talked to y'all last time about how I believe that, and again, they're working with Disney. Come on. Like, they're working with Disney. They're working with Balenciaga. These people they're doing direct business with people who have direct ties to child trafficking. And I told you guys last time that I believe that even Mason, again, who's Mason Disick, and now it makes sense why his name is Mason. He's a firstborn, and allegedly he has a baby. And if he had a bar mitzvah at 13, and allegedly he has a 1-year-old at 15, then that means that he got somebody pregnant at 13. He might have had a bar mitzvah ritual into where he had to sleep with somebody and get them pregnant. Because in Jewish culture, you become a man at 13. That's what the whole bar mitzvah is about. So if he had a baby at 13 or got somebody pregnant at 13, then again, he becomes a man, has a baby, gives up the baby for his family's success. Allegedly, this is what I believe, you guys. And they claim, no, he didn't get somebody pregnant. Okay. That rumor didn't just start from nowhere. And again, he said it allegedly. That was him on a fake account, on like a Finsta. Yes, they said that he said that. He was on his Finsta saying he has a baby. And he's been spilling family tea. I believe it. His family works with Disney and fashion people. His family has, again, they keep showing you that they push beta sex kitten agenda. They keep showing you that they, again, work with people who participate in child trafficking. So I do believe that Mason had to give a dedication too. And like, I'm just saying, like, I just think this stuff is obvious. You just gotta pay attention. But they're showing you that, yeah, like they make offerings. And that's how they maintain fame, status, money, power, access. Come on now. So that's my opinion. I feel bad for North. I think that she will continue to get wild and continue to get crazy, especially once her dad dies. That's gonna be when she really goes off the deep end. So I'm concerned about her for real. I really feel bad for her. But her parents, she's never been their kid. This is what I was saying about Holly and DDG. Halo was never their baby. They have babies for Malik and Ball. And Malik and Ball takes it from there. You know what I mean? Those are his kids. Those kids were promised to him so their parents could have things. That's what I believe. With that being said, good night, you guys. I need to have dinner. Good night. Thank you all for being here. The website has been updated. Um, check out the TikTok, check out the Instagram. Donate if you would like to donate to the Venmo. But I appreciate super chats. But other than that, again, have a great night. Be safe. I will see you guys Friday, same time. Love you guys. Bye.